most pressure you're going to feel across this whole race. Getting it off the line is one of the toughest things you can do as you get 5 lights up. And the Bathurst Enduro is underway for Sprint 2 with a great start from the front runners and the TMX boys as well inside of the top 10 as they run round turn number 1. You can see Lawrence has got a good start away. They've kept themselves nice, clean and consistent, Sinka. For the final race of the season, it's a scramble towards turn 1 for the front runners and the whole field is behind. A couple of leads from 2-1 already. Davis Wick and Sinka wanting to try and keep right on the tail of Doug Allen. And the road was finally at the front of the lead as well. Phase there, Katakazina.
Yes, he did.
Labouring still going at each other here. 3 minutes down, we've got 17 minutes to go. They're going to go round a lot of times. It's 1 minute 21 lap times here. We're not going to stop. Sean Ratcliffe by now as well. Ray Oliver's got Bradley Wall alongside. Looks like Daniel Harding has had some form of incident. We'll pick up on that one in a minute. But Oliver on the inside, got to come back behind him.
Further back as we're underway, James Scott will lead them up the hill, up towards turn 1. Can they keep it clean? There's already contact with Dolphin and Stone Street on the straight as they run round turn 2. Dodge and Warboy being cautious off the exit of turn 1. What a run off the line, but an atrocity has happened to Troy Stone Street off the start. There's no other way to say it. I think it was Tim off of the Will Brown and just absolutely Superman punched him straight into the wall on the left hand.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? It is Thursday night, and we are here tonight for the Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals. I've got downstairs Kobe and with me Mr. Watson, but we're going to quickly just dip through and have a look where the standings are and see what the boys have achieved, because we are at Road America. Not at Indianapolis like Mr. Watson's going to be later in the week, but at Road America, we're going to have a lot of fun. And the AM's on the board at the moment. We've got Wayne Edwards from Webb Racing on 113 points in first place. Second place, Greg Johnson from Team Greg Racing. I'll have to get the boys in on our website to fix that. Tam Greg Racing. Looks like that's a bit of a in third place, Shane Ewans from Mueller Racing. In fourth place, Brad Dines from Dines Tune Racing. In fifth place, Mark Snow from the SLM Academy. In sixth, and David Simmons from Waipua Pool Racing. Seventh is Brad Anderson from Team SAW Motorsports. And eighth is Sammy McCall from Sammy McCall Racing. Ninth place, Stephanie Bacoli, Apex Esport League. And 10th place, David Bowman from Team Pear-Shaped Racing. For the Pro-Ams, the list is a bit bigger. There's 18 of these guys. Ash Glover is leading them out there for Rogue Racing. Second is Max Donnelly from NZ. Third is Elliot D from Team Pear-Shaped Racing. Fourth place, we've got Philip Humbly from Northwind Motorsports. Fifth is Mitchell Weil from Koala Cartel. Sixth place, Cameron Hardwick from SLM Academy. And seventh place, Christopher Tomlin from LCR Esports. Eighth place, Gabriel Sousa, privateer, in 137 points in eighth place. Ninth place, Russell Gander from Northwind Motorsports. 10th place, Harrison Rayner from Rayner Motorsports. 11th place, Daniel Stone from Northwind Motorsports. 12th place, Lachlan Browning from Northwind Motorsports. Didn't realise we had so many Northwinds in there. Kevin Wakefield from LCR is in 13th place. Josh D. King from Team SRW Motorsports in 14th. Ryan Price in 15th. Jacob McIntyre from Sim Racing Brotherhood in 16th. Mark Cochran, Apex Racing League, in 17th. And lonely last, those with Dean Sinkovic in 18th. They haven't raced just yet. Kyle Ridley is leading out the pros. We've got a very tough battle at the pointy end. There's not much in it at all. We've got Kyle Ridley from the SLM Motorsports team leading his teammate Sean Doyle from SLM Motorsports by 11 points. Then we've got James Doyle from the Koala Cartel, further 12 points behind him. Kyle Lavery from Team SAW Motorsports, a further 16 points behind him. Then we've got Dougie Gowans from SLM Motorsports, 7 points behind Kyle. And Mitch Noble from Sim Racing Brotherhood, a further 2 points behind, with Thomas Sunny Cena, SLM Academy, a further 2 points behind there. Very, very tight. 285 points to 235 points between the top seven. Greg Cook from Project 36 is sitting in 8th place. 9th is Callum Hodgkinson from OPR. 10th place is Thomas Cooley from the Koala Cartel. 11th place, Noah Kitcher from NZTKR. 12th place, Brandon Levin from Team SRW. 13th place, Daniel J. Burns from the Carling Motorsports team. 14th, we've got Trev Mortimer from Rogue Racing. 15th, Davey Gallo from the Carling Motorsports team. 16th, Mason Martin, privateer. I think he's actually from Pacific Esports Racing. And Stevie Daniels Jr. from LCR in 17th. Brent Wassell, Axiom Racing Esports team in 18th place. Dan Bartouche from the Lone Wolf Sim Sports team, 19th. And Ray Oliver rounding out the top 20 for the pros from the SLM Motorsports team. Wow, that was a whole heap of mouthfuls there. Welcome to the room downstairs, Mr. Watson. We are in for...
Road Atlanta in and of its track is so much fun. And when you get it right, especially the 2 and 3 that corner, it's such a roller coaster, especially going on the exit curves and you're just bouncing all around, hoping that you can hope you hold on to it. Now, my reaction when I saw Road Atlanta was like, oh, good. And then I saw Club, and then I went, oh, bad. Yeah, the Club layout basically take everything great that I just talked about and then skip it. And instead replace it with corners that are terrible. This is Road Atlanta Club. I kind of don't understand Road Atlanta Club because if you wanted to do a shorter layout, there is a short layout that cuts through basically when you get to the downhill portion and you kind of cut through to the right like they're on, but you still take the normal chicanes through the regular layout and you still take the same final corner. So you basically maintain pretty much the majority of all the really great bits of the track while keeping it a shorter layout. Club has these alternate chicanes that you run instead that are absolute as F tier of chicanes as you can get to. Like, they're not pleasant to go through. They don't really give the best passing opportunities. It's just unpleasant. And then you think about the chicanes that you could be taking, which are fantastic and a lot of fun to get through, and it just kind of ruins your mood a little more. So it will be interesting to see how everyone deals with it. I know that there are a lot of people that share my sentiment about this layout after spending laps on it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how everyone survives this layout.
Well, I hope you don't hate anyone in your family, because that would be even a longer speech to come through. But mate, but very, very concise and very clear, straight over the top. If you don't understand it, press pause, go back and come back through and watch it again, because Mr. Watson's got direct experience of these tracks in the US, whereas hell, I don't. Never seen the club layout, never been on the club layout, but it does look very, very interesting, mate. And the boys are already setting some cracking times out there.
Yeah, interesting. That's definitely a word for it. And you see, already a few people have gone off in some of these chicanes, even here in qualifying. So I'm fascinated to see how the racing is going to go and see if we're going to see any critical mistakes from those up front. Because you see, they're just not what you expect. Like right here, you basically turn the final chicane into then a pseudo S section, so you're having to go through all of this extra bit, and it just feels like you're kind of on an autocross course at that point. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. Regardless,
hopefully a little bit more action than we're used to at the moment. I think the 86s are always giving us something spectacular out there. Few boys are really setting up some great times. James Doyle from the Koala Cartel leading them out there in the big way at the moment with a 1:17.32, and behind him Mason Martin from PER with a 1:17.49. So not far behind there at all. So really getting up to the pointy ends. As I turn this off, yeah, that's better. But fair bit of dust flying up as well. It looks like there's a few sections of this track that the dust is kicking up a lot, or is it just drivers just having a few excursions by the look of it?
Yeah, it's definitely some unintended excursions. Definitely the dust, though, because, yeah, the club layout isn't really used a whole lot. You're definitely going to see the full course or the short course. In fact, it was only recently when I learned that the club layout was even actually scanned on iRacing. I had thought that they had forgotten it existed.
Deliberately, maybe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they didn't.
All right, well, here's the round out of the top 10 at the moment. James Doyle is up there by the Koala Cartel, followed by Mason Martin. Davey Gallo from the Carlings Motorsports team is in third place, not too far behind Mason Martin. Daniel Bird, his teammate, is right behind him, literally a couple of tenths, 152 to 158. So we're looking at maybe 6/100ths between them. Kyle Lavery sitting in third, in fourth, I'll say that again, in fifth. And because did that just change? Yeah, it did, because Bernie just dropped up. And Danny Bartouche in sixth there. They're switching around at the moment. Daniel Byrne's gone straight to the top at the moment of the 117.28. So a killer lap there by Daniel Byrne. I'll better get through this top 10, but it keeps changing on me. In sixth place, we've got Dan Bartouche, seventh, Dougie Gowans, eighth, Trev Mortimer, ninth, Thomas Sonny Cena, 10th, Sean Doyle. So there is a fair few SLM boys in that top 10 at this point, but they're all at the latter stages of the ladder. But times are dropping in 117.28 by Daniel Byrne. It's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely figured out what to do at this track. Since I've got Mitchie Noble reporting something in.
Yeah, he is. I just noticed some of these boys.
Whoa!
Some of these
did
boys.
You see that?
Yeah. Some of these boys, when they're losing control, are going straight through these sections here, which have been blocked off. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle it during the race, because they're trying to go full tilt at the moment.
Yeah, he almost grip rolled that thing. I wonder if we're actually going to see that happen tonight.
Yeah, 100%. You got some of these. I've noticed a couple going straight through that area tonight so far already in the practice session. But let's hope it doesn't happen during the race, because it's going to be very messy. This looks like a very tight, awkward corner through there. It's like an added chicane that's going to get messy.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
it looks unorthodox, doesn't it?
It looks like a Formula E chicane.
Oh, yeah, it does. It looks like the track's got itself a zit.
Yeah, and it's so unnecessary. And you're like, why would you put that there? How is this fun from a driving standpoint? I don't know. I don't know what they were... Well, actually, the more I think about it, the more it makes perfect sense, because I was about to ask, what were they on when they added these chicanes? But then I remembered there's a very...
In the 80s when LSD was available?
Yeah, well, yes, and I don't know if you know this personally, but there is a very fascinating story from the 80s that involved this very racetrack.
Oh, no, never heard of that.
Yeah, there was a family of prominent sports car drivers that had a side hustle of smuggling non-acceptable substances.
Oh.
And they would actually have their planes land on the back straightaway here leading into that chicane. And it wasn't just kind of an isolated incident either. Sports car racing in America in the 70s and 80s was a very interesting time, to the point to where IMSA was more known under International Marijuana Smugglers Association than its actual what it's actually known for. So
well, there you go. I'm surprised it's not shaped in a leaf.
So if you were wondering what they were on when they made these chicanes, now you know, and it makes total sense.
It does, definitely does. We've got a few people changing at the pointy end while you're going through that. Kyle Ridley, Daniel Byrne got up the top going with 117.28. Kyle Ridley just popped in there with a 117.07. We may yet get to see someone coming through the 16s at some point, but this track is giving us the broadest track times that we've seen in racing for a while. we can see that the fastest is 117 and goes all the way down to 122s. So it's the biggest spread we've had for a while. Most of our races in the 86s are only about 1 or 2 seconds max.
Yeah, that's not surprising because a lot of these corners on this layout, as we've already mentioned several times, they're quite difficult, and you're not used to them like you would be at the normal road Atlanta layout. So it's going to take some time to get your head wrapped around it, and because of that, it's so easy to make a mistake or not quite nail it and just lose a few tenths here or there. And chicanes, with how slow you go through them, if you're off just a little bit and you can't get on the power as quickly, that's just gonna compound those issues more and more and lead to the bigger time deltas that we've seen. Plus, with chicanes, as you know, track limits are very tight, so you kind of it's difficult to really go balls to the wall in qualifying because you're so afraid of triggering that 1x or triggering a slowdown and just ruining your lap. And so I'm sure a lot of these are banker laps and just guys not quite able to put that good lap together to get them a lot closer to the front.
Yeah, I think exactly right there. The thing as well is that because it's just cones, it makes it an unnatural line because visually it doesn't feel like it's the natural way to go. So it does create issues with the brain too because you're coming around that corner and a lot of people will be used to going one way, and the cones aren't really that much of a deterrent really to the visual, the way your mind works to create a boundary of where you should be going next. Yeah, you've got to be really concentrating on those sections that are what we're seeing right now on the top screen. And then it goes out, so instead of going under the bridge to the right-hand line, it's taking the left-hand line down through, so opening up that final corner and creating a little bit. Right there, we saw that. I'm predicting a lot of running off and dust and maybe a few rotations coming around that, which could end up in a very easy bottleneck through there.
Absolutely. If one person makes a mistake, it's gonna cause a huge headache, and we're gonna see cars absolutely scattering.
Definitely. There's a few drivers that have given up at the moment. We've got about a minute left to go. The hammer will drop. Tonight is a 20-40 split. And Ridley is leading them out of the moment. Daniel Byrne second, James Doyle third, Lavery in fourth, Gallo in fifth, Cook in sixth, Gowan seventh, Martin eighth, Cena ninth, and Danny Bartush's got himself up into the top 10. So it's very, very close through those boys. The bottom screen you can see two teammates, Ray Oliver and Cole Ridley, I should say, going through that section. And there's that that's a pit entrance. Oh wow, that pit entrance is very interesting, isn't it? I haven't noticed that before. Well, there you go. That's another thing to watch out for, ladies and gents, because the quali's just finished, and that pit entrance is going to be a dandy one. If you have a look at the layout from the top of the skies through this blimp cam at the moment, you'll see that it is. It's coming across a mountain with a mountain in the middle of it, but it's going to be very interesting racing out there. Cole Ridley has got himself up into the top spot by the SLM Motorsports team. He is going to be pushing these boys around these first few corners. In second place, Daniel Byrne from the Carling Motorsports team. The Carling Motorsports team are taking turns at coming up the top few steps. James Doyle is in third place. Kyle Lavery is in fourth, beside Davey Gallo and Greggy Cook. Then we've got Dougie Gowans and Mason Martin in the fourth row, Thomas Sonny Cena and Danny Bartush in the fifth row. This is going to be a very exciting race. My prediction levels are very high. I can feel my spider senses tingling at the moment. Trev Mortimer and Brent Wassell are in the 11th and 12th place on the 6th row. On the 7th row, we've got Sean Dahl from the Academy with Mitch Noble from the Brotherhood. In the 8th row, Ray Oliver from the SLM Motorsports beside Harrison Rayner from the Rayner Motorsports team. In the 9th row, we've got Callum Hodgkinson from OPR beside Elliot D from Team Pear Shaped Racing. That's the highest I've seen Elliot D in the series so far. It's pretty good to see. In 10th row, we've got Ash Glover from Rogue Racing beside Mark Swan from the SLM Academy. The highest driver at the moment is Mr. Brad Anderson from the AMS from Team SRW Motorsports. Oh, let's go across to the row 16. Well, did I just skip all that top bit? I did. What the hell's going on with my brain? Whoa. Yep, the screen switched over and I was like, whoa. Anyway, in 21st, in 11th row, Ryan Price and Lachlan Browning. In the 12th row, Wayne Edwards from Webb Racing and Joshua King from Team SRW Motorsports. In the 13th row, we've got Greggy Johnson from Team Greg Racing and Max Donnelly from NZR. In the 14th row, we've got Mark Cochran from the Apex team with David Bowman from Team Pear Shape beside him. In the 15th row, we've got Russell Gander from North Wind and Brad Anderson from Team SRW Motorsports. We flick it across the screen. We've got Shane Newens and David Simmons beside each other in the 16th row. 17th row, we've got Phil Humbly from the Northwind Motorsports team. And I'm not sure what's going on there. We've got a few gaps there with the two admins. Looks like have got into that part of it. Well, they must have set better times. Naughty. And then we've got Brad Dines and Brendan Soper across the bottom section, and Sam Kutakazinos and Sam McCall. Sam McCall, I believe, he's got a pit lane start for repeating during qualifying. But ladies and gents, have a look at these cars and where they have to line up just to get around the track. Wow.
Yep.
We're about to go. The lights are about to go. We've got the 5 red dots just about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Warren Brown Toyota GR86 National is green as we see all these guys take off nice and cleanly through there. Everyone has gone through nice and gone through. At the moment, we've got a rear end thing. Looks like it's Dougie Gowan's involved in something rolling backwards as well. But we'll keep going. It looks like Thomas Sonny Sino went out wide and come through. There's Dan Bartouche, the unluckiest driver in this series, is involved in that as well, probably trying to avoid the incidents out there. Kyle Ridley has got himself away cleanly with Daniel Byrne. Oh no, we can hear him calling again. I don't know what he's watching, but he can see some action somewhere. We got Ridley going on the tops, and then there's Daniel Byrne, Lavery, Doyle coming through. Gallo, Cooked, Mortimer, Hodgkinson, Oliver, Rayner. So at the moment, we've seen a few boys go up to the top end, but we've seen a few boys that have dropped out. Dougie Gowans was involved in some of that. Mitchy Noble, Dan Bartouche as well. So they've dropped down to like 23rd, 24th, and 26th place. Big mover at the moment. Callum Hodgkinson's fought his way through to 10th place. To 7th place to get himself through all the fighting coming through this first few corners. Mate, that was that corner is going to give us some issues, isn't it? It's just people aren't getting used to it at all. Sam McCall's coming through. Anderson's coming in behind him, nearly kissing each other's posterities, the front and back of their cars. But the boys are going through. Looks like Callum Hodgkinson's got a bit of a gap. Kyle Lavery is, there he is there. He's got all on his lonesome at the moment. He's got a bit of a gap in front of him and behind him. And you can see there, Cam, bouncing across those curbs. Callum Hodgkinson came through and was jumping that chicane. Looks like we're getting a fair bit of air into that chicane, Mr. Watson.
Yeah, obviously we saw it almost flip Max Donnelly earlier. I wasn't quite expecting that. I didn't think it would kind of upset the cars going through it like they have, but the suspensions are definitely doing some wild things going through that chicane, and yeah, it wasn't the most pleasant of opening laps for Mitchy Noble, among others.
We'll unpack that incident a bit later, but have a look at this at the moment. Mason Martin's having a bit of a duel there with one of the pear-shaped boys, and I can't remember which one is right now, but doing a cracking job over under through that corner. Oh, nearly backed it into each other. Hours going through there as well. Nearly kissed each other. I'll tell you one thing, though. The club camera layouts are bad, really bad. They are not in great positions. There's trees in the way of everything. It's not our fault. It's what iRacing provides us. But have a look at this. Mason Martin's leading them down.
Fits in with everything else.
Yeah. Look at him go through here. This is a tough little corner. You got to get it right. It's not as fast as it is in the normal layout, but it's still fast enough to cause you a bit of a headache as they come across the top of the hill and swaying through there. Bowman's having a look as well. Look at these boys come through. Is that Trev Mortimer behind him? No, it's not. Who is that? Gandalf? Yep. So they're coming.
I believe it's Russell Gander.
Yeah, I thought he said Gandalf the Great. But it is
Russell Gandalf.
Russell Gandalf the Great. Beautiful bit of work there he is, Mr. Gander, coming through in his new livery, making it look very easy. Bottom screen, Trev Mortimer's got himself around Callum Hodgkinson. I'm not sure why I'm thinking of Mr. Hardwick. He's having a holiday this week. Hope you're enjoying the stream, Mr. Hardwick. And the battles are sort of, you can see that in the bottom screen, you can see how much they're sort of opening up at the moment. Top screen, we're focusing on Trev Mortimer at the moment, Callum Hodgkinson coming through the first corner. They've got to get it right up to that the old exit there and try to touch the curb and get as much pace coming through here. And then the line sort of changes all over the place here. Some drivers will try to straight line it. Some will try to go from apex to apex, but it's such a big, wide S sort of area that you don't really need to try to maneuver it at all, just straight line it through it.
Yeah, and it's really hard to just kind of figure out what is the best way through it. As Mortimer's going by one of the Northwind cars, I wonder if that's a slowdown. Yeah. Oh, a meatball.
Here we go. Oh, that's Shane Newlands. Oh, he's lost the red. He's just touched the grass, and that car looks like it could be. Yeah, it is not looking good at all. You can see he's in the pits right now. You've got Greggy Johnson just coming around the corner after that. You can see at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, that's the leading pack at the moment. Kyle Ridley coming through, Daniel Byrne, Doyle, Gallo, Cook, Lavery, Mortimer, Hodgkinson, Oliver and Rayner having their battles through. You can see this is the best line. This camera angle here just shows you how tough this club layout is with that early chicane. Usually you go straight to that corner we just saw and you're coming through this bit and just hitting apex to apex, and then you would normally hit far left here. But now you're turning right and doing an unnatural line for most drivers who know this track. But it sweeps out and enters the back straight coming down the hill, just to give your brains a bit of navigation of where it is. You can see him coming down there. So then it goes normal through here, and then it does a tricky little pimple right here. So you're expecting to go straight through there? Nope, hell no. We're doing a nice little chicane there. James Dorn's great job at manoeuvring his way through that, opening it up right through there. And Daniel Byrne, it looks like the Carling boys take turns at racing at the pointy end at so far this season. Doing a great job, but eat my words, Davey Gallo's there in fourth place as well. He's come up a couple of places too.
Yeah, he said, "Mom, it's my turn to be up battling for the lead."
Yep. Car 06 has just called something in.
Yeah, I believe it was Elliot D.
Elliot D, okay. A lot, big battle packs at the moment. I'm liking what I'm seeing. 231 is got to, that's Brent Wassel who's got to readdress.
Oh, we were almost 3 wide for a second.
Oh, look, did you see that? Brad Anderson nearly in the air then. Did you see how close they came together as they come through that chicane? Great, did a bit of driving there. Here's Brad Dines coming through and over-rotating that beautiful little chrome rainbow version livery as he's come through there. But I need to pump up my racing engine volume because it gives me a bit more of a buzz when I'm commentating, and lets me feel the power of some of these entries depending on who's on screen. Shane Ewens has crashed. We saw that just earlier, yeah. Here's Mortimer. He's still being hunted down by Callum Hodgkinson and Ray Oliver. And the bottom screen, we've got Josh King, Wayne Edwards, Ash Glover, and Brent Wassell all battling for it here. You can see these boys just coming through there. Oh, Wassell just touches the grass. Just keeps it on line too. Almost I thought he was going to go down, but have a look at the moment. Wassell has got 2 wide. He's got beside him Elliot D. So they're going through. Oh, Elliot D just got taken over there beautifully by Wassell. Wassell just took it over the nose for him. Mortimer has got pressure from Hodgkinson at the moment. Hodgkinson, he is feeling the heat big time because he's got Ray Oliver all over the back of him as well. So we're seeing some great battles here, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a big train like we're accustomed to seeing on a lot of the bigger tracks, but thankfully we're seeing enough that's keeping us interested here. And speaking of interested...
Oh, great move there by Hodgkinson. But look at Ray Oliver. He's sniffing it as well. He was all over the back of Mortimer then, but that chicane made him take an unnatural line there. He lost a fair bit of pace coming through that. It was like he almost forgot where it was, but Mortimer is getting in the mirrors at the moment. You can see these curbs hopping across here. Oh, both of them just touching the grass very, very lightly, just keeping it on. This is usually the fastest part of the track here, and usually you have to hang it far left as possible all the way to this exit right there, and then start to work your way across to the inside apex. But the boy's taking it nice and wide. Oh, look at that pace. Hodgkinson is showing his skill here, not scrubbing any pace off at all. But have a look. That chicane literally turned into a straight line then.
Yeah, and you see they're just absolutely monster trucking over these curbs.
Still a few little battles. If you're out there and you're watching and you're supporting a particular driver, a particular team, please let us know. We're always happy to share the views of other drivers. I know sometimes we use the camera too much. It's just because we've got such a big grid and we're trying to give everyone as much action as possible. And also while the racing is on and we're showing replays, we can still show the leaders and everything else like that as well. But always up for some open feedback. Just don't hurt me feelings. Mortimer having another look, mate. He is really wanting this pass done today. We know that Mortimer has got some really good natural pace, but he's been really unfortunate with incidents through this series for the last couple of series as well. It hasn't just quite come together for him, has it?
No, it hasn't, but so far he is running P8 right now.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about it, because anytime I bring more attention to it, things happen. So I'm just gonna change the subject.
Where's Ryan Price? Ryan Price, it's a bit like where's Wally? Is he even out there tonight? Yes, he is.
He is, and he's P12.
Here he is. Yeah, he's on the bottom camera at the moment. He is in the white car. He is got in front of him Thomas Sonny Cena and Brent Wassell. So that was part of the battle pack we saw before. Brent Wassell is taken away from those guys and joined these guys.
And in fact, Pricey's the biggest mover, up 9 spots from qualifying.
Yep. Callum Hodgkinson 10. Just now.
Gosh darn it.
That always happens, doesn't it?
Counting is hard, MK.
Oh, which Sean? Oh, Sean Donnelly has lost sound. Okay, well, Sean needs to... Sean Doyle has lost sound, so he needs to make sure his teammates know that so they can call stuff in for him, so he can call things in, because that's one of the things he really needs if you're going to call some incidents in. But look at this battle pack here. We've got Mr. Edwards being hunted down, ladies and gents, just to show you that there's battles everywhere in this field. Mr. Edwards, where is he at the moment? He is in 17th place. So 17th place, we've got Ducky Gowns behind him, Max Donnelly, Mark Snowy Snow, Mark Cochran, and Mason Munn, all following very, very closely through this little battle pack.
Right now, Lane is the AMS leader again.
Yep, there he is. So we've got some battle fighting as well. You can see on the ladder at the moment, the lead Pro-Am is Thomas Sunny Cena. He is fighting it out with Ryan Price on the bottom screen. And Ryan Price is having a bit of a sniff right now to take the Pro-Am top step. He's got the inside light coming into the big, deep corner. Beautifully done, 2 by 2. We've got Thomas Sunny Cena sticking it and making sure they stay very close to each other. Oh, we've got Brett Wassel getting in there as well. Brett Wassel can see the way these cars are stalling through that unnatural chicane. Ryan Price has got it done beautifully. Top screen as well. Mark Snow is having a great little battle there too with the boys in front of him. Look at that too. Oh, it's contact. Oh! Contact is turned into contact, returning back into the snowy, and that was.
But he did a 360.
Yeah,
360 no scope for Max Donnelly.
It was like he was on his Here's the replay for it. He's on the inside line, beautifully done. He's gone out wide on his own. I think did Snow call that in? I think that'll be definitely a racing incident.
Donnelly.
Donnelly's just lost control of the rear end, and it's unfortunate.
Donnelly called it in.
Donnelly got hit in the rear end. That's unfortunate. The way that car. We did say in the beginning of the race that was going to happen on that corner, didn't we? With the dirt coming there in that unnatural corner. But some great battles everywhere up and down the field. Ryan Price. Someone was asking for Ryan Price at the moment. There he is. There. He's just pulled away from Thomas Sunny Cena and Brent Wassel. So doing a great job. He is on fire tonight, mate. He is he's a very underrated driver. He has got some great racing pace, but he just can't seem to get it all together on most racing nights. Something always happens to him. Another driver, it's probably just look, judging on his outright pace that he's got, I'd say it'd just be maybe not enough practice for Ryan because he's a very busy man. But the pace from him is pretty special.
Yeah, and that is one of the good things about off-kilter layouts like this or non-used tracks is that they tend to be a great equalizer of sorts because a lot of these top guys, they have so much experience at these more conventional, more widely used tracks, but they don't have that in their back pocket at a layout like this that's hardly, if ever, used in anything. So because of that, it allows others to kind of get a little closer because they're on a much more even playing field in that regards. And I think that's what we're really seeing from Price because the fact that he's not at least oh boy,
that was
big save from Cena right there.
So right there is that issue I'm seeing a lot of drivers doing. I've seen a couple. I saw Lavery just do it to Cookie as well. It's the entry into that chicane is really unnatural, and there's some drivers are really struggling with getting in there and out of there. That's Tommy Cena going into the pits. I'm not sure if that's a race control thing.
Black flag? No. Yeah, it's a black flag.
That's probably an iRacing black flag? Or ignoring a slow down, maybe, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what that is. Our team can't really do much about ignoring a slowdown or something like that, or it could be too many incident points. Look at Elliot D. Really? I think he's just mapped a new track layout for us there because he opened up that corner right up and, wow. There you go. That's Snowy. He's got himself a 15-second penalty for lap 10 incident coming through there. Alrighty, where we are now? Where are we now? I'll go down to Elliot D. He's having a bit of fun there with Ash Glover at the moment in the bottom screen. Oh, you've got him in the top screen. We're just thinking alike down there. I'll go to another battle coming through there. And we'll go to the Quickie Cook. And he is having a bit of a battle there with Kyle Lavery. They've been battling it through each other quite a lot. Daniel Byrne and Kyle Ridley have really gapped out a bit. We're talking at about, what is it? It's looking like a 1 second at the moment. So it looks a lot. It's a lot more than what it looks like at the moment. That there is a 1 second gap. So it doesn't look like a lot, but it is a fair bit to catch up on. Then you've got Gallo, his teammate. So we've got the two Carling boys sitting in second and third. You can just see him coming through that bottom screen. And boys are hunting him down at the moment. They will be very smart and they will work together. And then James Doyle is a further 7/10 behind them. But the mid-pack battles, mate, the one you've got at the moment, very, very close, very, very tight with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, a lot of people really haven't been able to drive away from each other, and that's good to see. It's definitely enjoyable seeing everyone try to fight and just trying to use all these different schools of thought to get through these corners and seeing it play out in different ways.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's been a pretty calm race too, which considering some of the discourse we've seen around parts, I think this right now is a much needed race for everyone right now.
Yeah, I think it's an exceptionally clean race too. So the battles have been very, very good. A lot of space given. Stephanie Piccoli is having a bit of a run there with, was that Mark Cochran? It was Mark Cochran, sorry, with Russell Gander at the moment. And Mason Mounts is just up ahead of them. So they're getting nice and close. One of the drivers just went out. I think that was Lachlan Browning who went out in the gold car. If my thing will let me select. There it is.
Oh, look at the send from Doug.
Downs have been very quiet.
Moved on.
So far. Have a look at the bottom screen at the moment. Cochran and Sonny Sena. Sonny Sena, we saw him go into the pits. He's working his way back through now. Or is that Danny Bartouche? No, it's Mark Snow's SLM car. That's right. He's in the gold. I forgot he was in the gold. Gowans is... Oh, look at that. He's popped out. Oh, that was like, I'm coming. And last second just pops it out and does a beautiful run on the inside of that apex. Nicely done on that curve. And he's on his way. He's hunting down some critical positions. We did mention that Mr. Gowans is not having the best of seasons so far. But he is now in 9th place. He's 1 place behind where he started. He's been recouping from earlier. But look at that. That chicane there is causing 808. Oh, he's called that in the blue flag cars were getting in the way big time for him then. So it made it really difficult. Who's that? Oh, it's Greggy Johnson. Yeah, it's Greggy Johnson in there. But Kyle Lavery has passed him. Sorry, Kyle Ridley has already passed him. And so they've got in a tough spot. It's a tough spot to give way to as well, because it is an S. The road's very wide, but where do you go?
Oh, yeah, this is a night.
He's really getting in the way. He's got to try to get out of the way a bit quicker there. Mr. Johnson, stay out wide, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, this is a nightmare track if you're a lap car, because where do you go? There's hardly any
where
room.
Do you go? Just like that song.
Yeah,
there's Mr.
Look at this!
He is. Oh no! No!
Colin on violence! It sure was!
Was that? Did Daniel Byrne get touched by Gallo trying to bump draft at that time? It looked like it might have been. It's taken them both out of position, and it's given it all to James Doyle. He's just had the two boys disappear in front of him. Oh, I think a bit of a contributing factor was they couldn't get past. They couldn't get past Greg Johnson through there because of the way the track was. Here it is now. Let's have a look. So these bump drafting. Oh no, he's bump drafts right into him. Oh no, he's not going to be happy. They're both going to be. Oh, what did we just do? Oh, there you go. Daniel Byrne's car. Look at that front right suspension gone.
Oh, we got an incident with Looks like Wassel and Dines. Yeah, right there.
Yep.
Wassel almost flipped.
We'll have to have a look at that. Here we go. Here's the replay right now. Wassel. Oh, he got nudged from behind, did he? No, he hasn't. There's that's Ducky Gowan's trying to get over. Oh, what happened then?
What in the world?
That was like he hit turbo.
Yeah. He got the mushroom and just absolutely.
Yeah, it looked like he got a superpower in Mario Brothers. Watch this. Watch. But oh, he's missed a break point. He's missed the break point big time. Wow. Okay, so explains that. It's like his brakes didn't work at all.
Yeah, that's...
Watch how we go. Watch that.
Yeah.
It's like his brakes failed.
And that's so out of character for Brett Wassel.
Yeah. He's one of the smoothest, cleanest drivers we've got in this series. He very rarely gets involved in incidents there. But that's unfortunate. I'm not exaggerating, but it did look like a brake fail, didn't it?
Yeah, like all of a sudden it just goes mock Jesus and just demolishes poor Brad Dines. Like you have to wonder if it's a hardware failure of some sort, because again, it was just so random and just not what you'd expect from him.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. 231. Who is 231?
I believe that is Wassel.
Under investigation, so they're looking at it at the moment. They're probably watching what we were watching at that time. I'm trying to get some battles out there for you, but tapping the keyboard like a madman. And I listen. It's doing its own thing at the moment. James Doyle though is hunting down Kyle Ridley at the moment. He is working his magic as much as he can. How far behind is it? What's the gap between those two? Oh, it's a fair bit. That's a huge gap, isn't it? Ridley is up the top of the hill, and Doyle is just coming around that corner. So he's literally a corner and a bit apart at the moment. So he's got a fair bit of work to do. Davey Geller, who's still on track, he's chasing down James Doyle on the bottom screen. So these boys are trying to recoup some critical points lost.
Yeah, poor Bird. He's all the way down in 22nd, last car on the lead lap.
Yeah. Chops says that 231 might have been trying to go to the pit lane. Yeah, possibly, but probably still needed a break because there was a car still in front of him. He's probably anticipating that car turning right away from him, but under-anticipated. Okay, yeah, so he's got himself a 15-second contact penalty. If he was trying to get into the pit lane, yeah, he's mistimed his brake point massively coming through. But have a look at this screen at the moment, ladies and gents. Top screen, we've got James Doyle being hunted down by Davey Gallo. Gallo is all over the back of him now. Kyle Lavery is in the distance. You can see him, and then Greggy Cook coming through that last few corner. You can see some of the other boys coming through, but what a battle this is going to be. This is going to be all the way through to the end. We are down to the last 3.5 minutes of the first heat before we get to the feature, and let's have a look at these two boys battle it off and see how they're going to go through these corners. Bottom mid-pack are still going for it like crazy. We've got Cochrane, Edwards, Snowy all having a look at each other coming through the back sections of the track at the moment. And these boys here are for the last few podium spots. The critical points between 2 and 3rd. Bump drafting at the moment. Look how close Gallo's coming through here. One of the fastest points of the track for them at this point, and he is getting very, very close. The braking downhill should be very, very interesting.
Doyle closes them off.
Yeah. Look at that. What's that last one, Camo? I know Byrne wouldn't have called in Gallo, but RC should still adjudicate on it. It depends if RC's watching it. If they see it, they will adjudicate it 100%, because depending on what they're watching. Oh, no, look at that. That's probably what happened in the other one. He's gone into the pits. I'm not sure why he's gone into the pits. Maybe
no
damage or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Yeah, not sure why he's gone into the pits. Is he underfilled or something? Maybe, I don't know. If race control see it, they will adjudicate on it 100%. But you got to remember, they're watching 38 odd cars on track, and they could be doing another incident at the same time.
Oh, and look at this! Look at this mass of humanity right now. Oh,
you've got it,
boy.
top screen and bottom screen. The boys are going too wide into this.
The stands!
Out to get out of the way.
Goodness.
Oh, look at it. Nice and clean compared to what it could have been, though. 4 wide into 2 wide into 3 into 1. And you can see that some drivers are really struggling getting out of that little chicane, getting the power down. They're losing momentum and pace, and it's getting involved in some touching coming out of those corners. We've got, at the moment, Mark Cochran leading them out at the moment. He is on fire coming through there. I'm just trying to see. We've got the SLM boys behind him as well, because my screen has gone a bit nuts. It's Mark Snow, Danny Bartouche in the darker car that you can just see the bottom of the screen. He looks like he's going to have a bit of a run on at the moment onto Snowy. He's taking the inside line. He's got to be careful not to touch him through the rotation. Beautifully clean through. The boys have done a cracking job there. Mark Cochran is driving out of his skin tonight, and it's about time he's had no bad luck. As you can see, Danny Bartouche getting really close to Snowy's backside there, and Wayne Edrams is just looking to see what's going to happen from them. And then behind them, we've got Daniel Byrne as well.
Yeah,
Daniel Byrne's up alongside. Look at him. He's upside. There's 2x2 now. Look at this. We've got Cochran. He has got Snow beside him. We've got Daniel Bardern beside contact, but they've made it through beautifully and clean. What a bit of driving that is out. Cochran is the coal in the bottle at the moment. He's the cork big time. Bartouche got a little bit of contact on the back of Snowy. We've got Daniel Byrne side by side with Bartouche as well now. So 2 of them going down that main straight down the hill. You can see at the bottom camera is the single shot and the top shot as they come through beautifully. Looks like Daniel Byrne got the pass done on Bartouche. They leant on each other a little bit, but got it through nice and clean. That's a great bit of racing out there. Where's the top step? Because we've got 19 seconds to go. We've got Ridley. Where is he, the young fella? There he is, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the white flag. Ridley's crossing the line for the white flag. The battle's still going down the bottom. Ryan Price is in there with a bit of a battle as well. Up 15 places, Ryan Price. He is battling it now with Callum Hodgkinson and trying to get himself up into the final few points. He is, my SDK is just lying to me. He's in 11th place fighting with Dougie Gowans and Elliot D. I don't know if you could hear the profanities I just said then, but I did. I tell you what, great bit of racing.
Oh, we're 3. What's going? Oh my goodness! Oh, the snow battle is heating up once again. Oh, here comes Byrne. They're 2x2 again.
I've just got it back on the bottom.
Cochran almost put it out.
Yeah, these guys have not left each other's side at the moment. Daniel Byrne is now the bottle, corking the bottle. Oh, Lone Wolf, the Lone Wolf car of... I'm not sure if Mark Snow intended on going into the pit lane then, because he almost got shown the track a bit there. But ladies and gents, here we've got Kyle Ridley coming across the track. He's taking the final run, taking the first place for the first race tonight. And he comes across the line for the SLM Academy is Kyle Ridley, first place. In second place, these boys are still fighting for it. James Doyle has got still a bit of work to do. He's going to come up to him shortly. He is a couple of seconds behind him. Where's James Doyle? He is coming round the corner.
Oh,
he is coming second place as these boys are still battling for minor positions here. We've got Dougie Gowans and Callum Hodgkinson coming through with Ryan Price in the minor position. This is for 9th, 8th and 10th, I believe, coming across the line. But what a race that was. First place, Kyle Ridley from the SLM Motorsports team. Second place, James Dorr from the Koala Cartel. Third place is Kyle Lavery from Team SRW Motorsports. So great bit of work there from 1, 2 and 3 coming through there. Whew. Tell you what, Kyle Ridley, Kyle Lavery, both crack a bit of work. 247 Mortimer. Looks like a 35-second finished with unserved black. Unserved black flag. So he's got himself an iRacing 35-second penalty for not finishing in the pits. He probably had contact violation there from iRacing. But ladies and gents, this is how we finished the Pro-Am and AMs. The pros, it was Kyle Ridley in first place, James Doyle second, Kyle Lavery in third. You can see below there, we've got Cook, Oliver, Gallo, Rayner, Gowans, Hodgkinson, Mortimer. Then you've got Ryan Price taking out the Pro-Ams, finishing very, very well at the moment. Doing a great job on track, and looks like this track suits him. He's being followed by Elliot D and Joshua King for 1, 2, and 3. And then we've got in the AMs, we've got Wayne Edwards, Mark Snow, and Greg Johnson. We were watching Wayne Edwards and Mark Snow battling it out then with some Pro-Ams in those critical positions coming through. They were definitely not letting their elbows out or bringing them in, making a tough job for these guys to get around. So crack a bit of work, mate. What a race that was. I know we bagged the hell out of the layout, but I'll tell you what, it brought some really good racing.
That it did. That was unbelievable. Like, some of those battles, I didn't think they'd be able to pull off. They were going 2 by 2 in places where I didn't think it was possible. And, there wasn't a whole lot of, chaos. Like I said, it was mostly clean and above board. Obviously, there were a few issues out there, but yeah, that was some good hard racing, and that was a lot of fun, and hopefully it continues here, especially with the invert on offer as well.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was just listening to the boys talk. Sorry, the drivers were just having a chat downstairs, saying that the drivers down there were going, "Did anyone get any 0 incident points?" And they're all going, "No." They all started laughing. It sounds like a lot of them were nursing and trying to drive and not get more incident points. That's probably why we saw a couple of guys going through the pits, because they got incident points, because you're touching those chicanes and getting very close to some of those spots that you got to be really careful that you are going across those little spots. So interesting to see how they go for the feature race tonight too.
Yeah, and even on some of the normal parts on the track too, like, I know that if you just turn in a little too early in the middle part of the backstretch chicane, that it can get you with the off track too. And it's one of those that's hard to anticipate, because you really don't think like that you're cutting it that much. So I'm sure that also caught a few people out as well.
I daren't say that that the boys out there are probably sitting. No one's out there on the track warming up at the moment. They're all probably sitting there thinking, "What can I do to avoid some of these off contacts?" Because it's going to come down to boys fighting for the top few steps and fighting for am top step, pro-am top step, and these off tracks are going to be significant.
That they are, but it's hard to avoid them on a track like this, especially when you're having to fight as hard as they're fighting. And that's not even factoring in any contact 4Xs. So it's just going to be, excuse me, it's just going to be difficult for everyone trying to fight through that. And again, this isn't even factoring in the invert, and guys like Ridley and Doyle having to fight their way up from P10, and Ryan Price having to try to hold them off and hold on to that top spot.
Yeah, it's going to make that very interesting, because it's not an easy place to pass. You got to pick your points, and that false chicane coming under just before the bridge, as you're coming at the top of the hill before you go down the hill, that looks like a passage of driving where people are really not used to it. There's the braking is really unusual for some of these guys, and they're really bogging it down coming out of that chicane. And you can see that some of the drivers have got good pace out and some haven't, and it's catching a few people out, both coming in and going out.
Yeah, and you see a lot of different lines. Like, some are trying to enter in high and kind of cut off. Some are trying to wrap. And I don't even know what the proper way is to go through a corner like that. You're just kind of doing what feels natural,
Yeah.
quote unquote,
But
and
it's
just
so unnatural because it's almost like
exactly.
a 90-degree entrance and exit to the track. It's like just like a half circle dropped on a straight line. So it's very unnatural top chicane. You've really got normally you would stick to the right hand side of the road coming up to the hill to go under the bridge, but for that bit there you need to go out left and then cut back in right. But it unnaturally feels like you're exposing yourself for a pass to go underneath you. So the boys are thinking about that as well. So there's a lot of things they've got to think about when they come up to that section because it's such an unnatural layout.
Yeah, there's no corner like it in any other track, and
Yeah.
for good reason.
Yep. Okay, so there was called out. There was a penalty on Gallo on Daniel Byrne. So he's been giving that off camera downstairs just now. But tell you what, the racing's been sensational, and the boys have been doing a cracking job leaving a lot of space out there. Probably one of the cleanest races I've seen for a long, long time out there. But ladies and gents, this is how they're lining up. The reverse top 10. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's Kyle Ridley and James Doyle. But at the top step, we've got Ryan Price and Callum Hodgkinson on the front row. Now, Callum's been doing this for a while, and he's had a few front rows. Ryan, not so many. So I reckon Ryan might be dancing on the line of Code Brown and not Code Brown. In the third and fourth place, the second row, Dougie Gowans and Harrison Rayner. In the third row, Davey Gallo and Ray Oliver. In the fourth row, Greggy Cook and Kyle Lavery. In the fifth row, James Doyle and Kyle Ridley, our two top finishers for the first heat. In the sixth row, Elliot D and Joshua King. Seventh row, Ashley Glover and Russell Gander. Eighth row, we've got Thomas Sunny Cena and Daniel Byrne. In the ninth row, Mark Cochran and Danny Bartouche. In the 10th row, Mason Martin and Trev Mad Dog Mortimer. Haven't seen that Mad Dog there before, but maybe not noticing it. Mr. Mortimer, Mad Dog himself, in the spot. In the 11th spot on the grid, 11th row, I should say, Wayne Edwards is beside Mark Snow. 12th row, we've got Max Donnelly and Lachlan Browning. In the 13th row, Brent Wassell and Greg Johnson. 14th row, Dave Bowman and David Simmons. 15th row, we've got Brad Anderson and Phil Humbly. And let's have a look. There's a few more rows to go, ladies and gents. In the next row, we've got Shane Newens and Sean Doyle. Then we've got Brad Dines and Mitchie Noble, followed by Sam McCall, and he will be on his Orly Lonesome. Looks like that Soper and Kutukazinos has not in the session at the moment. But ladies and gents, we have got an absolute perler out there for you. Get in there, get your popcorn, get ready, because it's going to be an absolute door banger. These boys at the front are going to be actually, Ryan Price is definitely going to be praying right now that he gets a great start in this car and battles out through Hodgkinson. But I'm putting my money on Hodgkinson coming through, and Dougie Gowan sneaking his way past him as well very early, because he's a very wise old man, wise young man, Mr. Gowans is. Let's get ready while you're there.
Hodgkinson hasn't gridded. Okay, now he gridded finally.
Yeah, he is. He's teasing us a bit, mate. He's teasing us a bit. I've got the second camera on Kyle Ridley at the moment, our race 1 winner. So you can be able to see him come through there once the boys join it. But we will have some action pack going all the way through. Let's go, boys. Let's have a good one. It's been a cracking race. They're off, ladies and gentlemen. Heat 2, the feature race tonight for the Warren Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals is on. Spectacular job from Callum Hodgkinson, doing a great job. Dougie Gowans has gone out for the little bit wider run so we get a bit of pace. Callum Hodgkinson taking the inside outside line. He's got Doyle coming through there. He's tucked in front of him. Doyle's actually put the brakes on a little bit early to allow him to get back on track. It's a great bit of driving between. Oh, we've got contact here. We've got Danny Bartouche. We've got Cochran. We've got a couple of other boys coming through there as well. They are stuck. The Northwind boys are stuck with some wind, and there is Webb Racing's fellas all caught up. Let's have a quick look at that incident as we came through. It looks like it's a bit hard to tell where it's gone wrong at this point. It looks like Bartouche. Yeah, Bartouche was there, nearly contacting, but someone's gone and hit him in the rear end as well. So someone has taken out that bottom bit. In the bottom screen, you can still see them racing live, peeps. So don't go away from that.
He got hit in the damn bar touche.
He got hit
Thank
in the
you.
damn bar too.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
That was the drums. Here we go. Anderson is coming through beautifully, getting it past. Done there on Newlands, I think that is. No, 747 Simmons, that is. But great racing at the top of the tree at the moment. You can see on the bottom screen the boys coming through. Ducky Gowan's pitched it off Callum Hodgkinson while we were watching that carnage display at the bottom. But everyone has got themselves through and on the sticks and getting their cars fixed. All you can hear is everyone getting in their cars and fixing them up. Hodgkinson and Gowan's really showing some great pace early. Ryan Price just settled down nicely now. He has got Davey Gallo coming up close to him, but not putting the pressure on. They've gapped out a little bit on these boys. It's a bigger race, yeah, so it's a 30-minute as well, but it is the feature. So tonight's a 30-30 for all those out there. Sean's got a hard job coming from the back. Yes, he has, definitely. I'm not crazy. Came in late, realised with what this is and bailed out. That's from someone. That's from Sam Kutkazinos, who probably realised he didn't have enough practice on this track and decided that he will pull the pin on it rather than pulling the pin on the grenade. Oh, a bit of flashing lights there by Harrison Rayner. He has got David Gallo in front of him, and have a look at this. The lime colour of Lavery. One Kyle against another Kyle. Kyle Ridley behind him in the pink car. And he is all over the back of him at the moment. There's almost carbon monoxide creeping in through his cockpit, how close he is at the moment. It's might as well just have the garage door down at this point, how close he is. This is such an unnatural corner here now, you're about to see, with the way the track is being cut off.
Yeah, just having to untrain your brain from that, it's just hard to, like, the old habits of all the laps at Road Atlanta and having to go right past the corners you're used to. And they're
I've copped that. Who's that?
Yeah, Bartouche.
Oh, so Bartouche should have. Bartouche must have contacted the rear of that car in front of him first, and then all that braking caused the other cars to hit the back of him. So that's the only thing that I can think of to explain. But have a look at this. Harrison Rayner.
It kind of looked like to me that they might have been starting to already get together in front of him, but obviously we didn't quite see what was going on directly in front of him at that time.
Oh, did you see that move by Lavery? Oh my goodness, on Rayner. He's just taken a different race line and just popped out in front of him, and Rayner is just there now battling with Lavery, with Ridley now at the moment. Ridley's putting the pressure on him there too. Yeah, it was a bit hard to see. I think we were seeing the end result of it more than the beginning of it. Like when we do the race control things, we always look at before, during, and after effects. Oh, we've got someone ready to tow. We could have a safety car. Where is the towed vehicle? I can't see the tow off. Oh, Ryan Price has jumped to pits, so he must have had an incident there somewhere. We'll have a look at this. Oh, Humbly.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like Humbly's internet just failed on him, because he was on the track and then he wasn't.
Yeah, and now he's...
Look, there he is there, and then he just... Oh, that was... Did you see that? Did you see the front wheel? How it went straight left? That looks like hardware failure, because it looked like it just went hard left. He disappeared, but also the front wheel looks like it...
Oh, and there it is, left. Safety car.
There it is, yep. There he is. He's we got the safety car coming out, so we can have a look at that when we get a chance. You can see the front left tire from the back. You can just see it pop out on the left-hand side, and that would 100% be left-hand hard down like that. All of a sudden, the way it flicked is definitely hardware failure. Watch this. Oh, you can't see from there. Watch the steering wheel. Boom.
Oh,
that's hardware failure. Yep, straight into the wall. He was just a passenger there, unfortunately, there for Phil Humphrey.
Yeah, and that explains why he started blinking right there too, because I know sometimes when mine kind of acts up like that, it does the exact same thing, makes the game hang up and almost crash.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, Dougie Gowans will be spewing. He was really getting a good run on there on Hodgkinson. He had it down to about a second or so, and now Hodgkinson and everyone else is going to back up because that top part of the grid actually opened up a fair bit. They were like 7 to 8 tenths apart through that spot. So the safety car's going to bring these boys all in together, and we're going to be flat knacker for the next 20 minutes. Can we work out what happened to Pricey? We can have a look. Pricey went straight to the pits. I'm not sure unless he had some hardware issues. Downstairs, he's actually looking for it, mate.
Yeah, he's still on pit road right now, actually.
Yeah, so maybe he's had some hardware issues of his own. He was doing such a great job in there as well because he was up there in the top echelon. All right, some of the faster guys were starting to slowly swallow him up. Can we see anything downstairs, Cope? Is there an incident or did he just drive in?
So I
think
he just
pitted on his own accord.
He did. I'm actually watching it right now. He just went to the pits and stopped in his box.
Okay, so maybe something's happened at home for Mr. Price, and he decided that he's not going to compete for the rest of the run.
Yeah, he actually stopped in an early box, disappeared, and then reappeared in his box all the way down at pit road. So yeah, I have no idea.
He had to put the kids to bed. So those of you who have been watching SRW for a long time, in the early days, I would sometimes have to stop mid-race because my boy would wake up and I have to put him back to bed because we'd be on our own. So I'd have a monitor in his room so I could hear him. And then as soon as I could hear him staring, and I'm in VR, mind you, and all of a sudden sometimes I get this pat on the shoulder, Daddy, and I'd be like, oh my God, it's so spooky. And then I'd have to stop my race. I'd pack up. I'd just leave it in the pits, and I'd come back if it was a feature and a thing. I'd come back and race the next race. But sometimes it would completely destroy my races. But
yeah,
all the more power to you, Housey.
And he's already. Yeah, and he's got to win tonight.
Yeah. He got his win tonight. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! They were the pit crew just talked. They were just about. If you ever look to see who's sitting on the pit wall just there, who is that? That is who is it? Hambly is there. He's coming out, and race control were gonna let him come out, but he's sort of slowed right down for the crew, but then he had to call pit lane closed because he could have just crept out in front of the safety car, but didn't. He was sort of cautiously stopped on his own. But it is what it is. That's unfortunate for him. He would have got himself unlapped and got himself up the back end of it.
Safety car in this lap.
All right, buckle down, get ready, get your drinks now. Right now, you've got about a minute and some extra popcorn or extra Crispies. Because this is going to be an absolute pearler, ladies and gents. We've got Dougie Gowans leading them out at the moment. He will have a control of the race once the safety car pulls in. We've got Callum Hodgkinson in second, Gallo third, Lavery fourth, Ridley in fifth, Rayner sixth, Cook seventh, Doyle eighth, Oliver ninth, and Daniel Byrne 10th. So what a crazy fast group of drivers that is. This is going to be an amazing race to the end with 19 minutes to go. And here we go. Gowans has control through this pimple exit. Have a look at it. And even the corner, the way it cuts off really sharp is terrible. Is he going to go? I think he's gone. He's gone. He's left them. He's really sucker punched Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson is left sitting there going, what's going on? Gowans has gone down the hill and put the pedal to the metal, and he's taken it away, ladies and gents. He has ripped it out to a second and a half straight away. What a crafty original guy, I should say. What a crafty original guy coming through there. What a bit of work, mate. But have a look from behind. You can see Hodgkinson, Gallo, Lavery, Ridley, Rayner, Cook, Doyle, all coming through, following through. Oh, Brad Anderson has just gone off. Oh, the screen's not up yet, but anyway. The boys at the back have had a little bit of off-tracking at the moment. I've got to stop screaming about the second camera, and maybe we've got to focus a bit more on the main screen sometimes, and it's because of me. We go to the second camera because I'm screaming about what's going on because I've got the buttons controlled here, But that's one thing we'll talk about in the off season. Do we use the second camera too much? Would you prefer us to leave it on one camera, or do you like it, the fact that we are showing everywhere along? As we can see, Hodgkinson being attacked there by Gallo. Gallo opening it up straight away to get around there, but also at the same time, Lavery followed Gallo, and Ridley took a more acute line coming through there and got right up on the back of him. You can see Ridley getting right close to Lavery now. Let's have a look how this corner comes through. Remember, in the first race, we had a lot of drivers getting penalty points and having to come through. Are they going to be a bit smarter coming through this? Which means, are they going to be a little bit cleaner coming through some of those chicanes and not riding them like a Bronco?
And from what I'm seeing, no, not really.
No, not really. It's like watching that YouTube video of everyone riding the wild horse. Okay, what did I get? What's Laura got here? Things we do for our kids. Yes, Maltesers are here tonight. She's got them ready to go. Oh, I do love myself a good Malteser.
But yeah, that start from Gallons is wild. Like, there's catching them sleeping, and then there was that. Like, Hodgkinson was practically mummified. Like, it was...
He did. He almost, Ducky Gammons almost said peekaboo, and off he went. Because he was gone, mate. And he's left them for, look, it's even more now. He's brought it out to 1.8, 1.9, because these guys are battling behind him right now and doing him a favour. It's getting tough.
Ooh, a bump and run penalty.
Who's car 16?
Mason Martin.
Mason Martin. Okay, I hope he's not using paddle controls. He did that in his very first race. Have a look at this bottom screen. Look at them go through. Mortimer, Newlands. Oh, the Northwick boys.
Major defensive.
Did you see that? See the heaps of braking points, and they were getting up to each other and crazy. Look at this. We've got Hodgkinson taking the inside line. Gallo is having a bit of a run there. He didn't quite get close enough to get any damage done, but I tell you what, the difference... no. Was that a bit of a panic? He's got to slow down. He's got to slow down. There's a bit of a panic trying to hold the car. He's got to take it out wide, get his slow down done. He looks like he's just got it done now. But Lavery's got alongside him now. Ridley's having a look to see if he can sneak in behind him as well. Ridley's trying to get a toe underneath him. Ridley's going to come in under Hodgkinson. Almost 3 wide.
Oh, my God.
I don't know he's there. They're going to get into the... No, they're going for it. Rayner has flashed these lights and these boys going, what the hell are you doing? This is going to end us all. But Lavery's got the inside line. Hodgkinson on the outside. You can see Gallo coming through there. Not enough of the overlap there by Lavery to get anything done. Brilliantly defended by Hodgkinson. Look at Rayner. Rayner on the inside of Ridley, trying to make a run from the outside. Here comes Cookie on Rayner now. They're both coming through there. Looks like there might be a contact. Rayner and Cookie side by side. I'm not sure where they went, but they disappeared on us. But these boys, oh, look at that. Looks like James Doyle got himself in a bit of an incident in that dreaded chicane. But look at this battle here. Here it is here. We've got Rayner trying to get on the inside of Ridley. He's wiggled his tail a little bit. Looks like he went out wide. Yeah. Cook coming out on the inside.
Check up.
Looks like Gallo got a bit of Daniel Byrne got a bit of a touch there in the back of James Doyle. And look at the condensed field. He had nowhere to go. He thought about it for a while.
Oh, they're side by side through the chicane. Look at this.
Yes.
How did they survive that?
You've got to be careful through here. You know, Lavery is trying everything he can do to get around Hodgkinson, but he's got to be very wary. Every time he takes a move on Hodgkinson, he's exposing himself to Lavery. He's exposing himself to Ridley, and he's got to be careful because Ridley will just tuck into the gap that Lavery's left behind when he's trying to make that move. Right now, if he goes through, if he doesn't make this stick, Ridley's going to get in underneath him. He's behind him already, so if he gets left outside and he can't do anything, he's going to be low. What a bit of a move, crack a bit of move. He's got it done through. Oh, nice and tight through there. The nose took a bit of a rubbing there, but he got it really done really well. But look at this.
Oh, look
trying to have a nose right over. Oh, look at that. Looks like, who's that? 82 got a penalty coming through. Oh, Hodgkinson is getting mobbed at the moment. He's got Rayner behind him as well. Is he going to be able to carry this pace through, ladies and gentlemen? He's got Ridley on the inside.
Oh, my God.
Coming through. Rayner's having a look at the gap. He's not gone for the gap just yet. Ridley's got it done on the inside line.
Not quite. He's
holding him out. He's holding him out. Is he going to hold him out through the S's? He hasn't got enough pace coming through there. But look at Cook. Cook trying to get in underneath Rayner.
Oh, he had to cut it.
Whoa,
They both
Rayner
cut
had
it.
to avoid contact and go off track then, ladies and gents. Cook also, and Cook lost a spot to Oliver through that process as well. Man, oh man. But while we're watching that, bottom screen's going off tap as well. Look at that. We've got Anderson having a bit of a touch with someone who had to avoid contact and come through. It looks like the might have been Snowy coming through there. Man, oh man, oh man.
Oh, what's up with Byrne right there?
I think he's got damage.
Yeah.
Oh, he's readdressing. He's readdressing.
I mean, we've seen in the past where the readdressing doesn't get you off the hook. And I didn't hear race control asking for the readdress, so
if it was at one spot or more.
It looked like he was giving up a lot of positions right there, so I'm not sure.
That's not right. He shouldn't have done that. There it is.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, it's
race
like
control.
I always say it, don't readdress your position. Yeah, it is. Look, you know what? I say this 100 times on the broadcast. Don't readdress, because if the penalty is issued, if your driver loses more than 2 spots, there's going to be a penalty issued, no matter what. And it's just crazy. Just don't do it. I know, as much as it is a gentlemanly gesture, it is not the right gesture to do, because you're going to lose more spots. And unfortunately for Daniel, the gentleman driver that he is, he's going to get 10 seconds on top of it. That's the way it is. Look at Rayner on Oliver at the moment. Rayner is having a cracking night tonight. I tell you what, Rayner has been under the radar for me. Nice and tight coming through. Ray Oliver, that tree needs to come down. I tell you right now, it's been in the way a few times. Oliver's got some great pace coming through there, but Rayner might have a slowdown or something. I'm not sure, because he's lost a lot of pace coming down the hill. Cook's got over the top of him, but also has Ray Oliver. And now Cookie's having a look on the inside line. Is he going to lose another spot as they come up the hill? There goes. Oliver's taking the tighter line. Rayner on the outside line. Cookie on the inside line.
They got it.
He's tucked in. Oh my God, how's he held that? I think he got a bit of touch there by Elliot D. Is that Elliot D behind him?
I swore I didn't see any contact, but it kicked out like he did.
Yeah. It looks like that one of these guys might be having the black flag too.
Yeah, it's Rayner.
Yeah, Rayner has got Brett Wassel behind him now, too wide. Look at them squeezing into 3.
Oh,
Rayner's rear end is everywhere at the moment. He's overcooked his tyres by the look of it. He's tucked in underneath there. I'll tell you what, this is not going to end well at all. Have a look at these hard braking points. Let's see if Rayner's rear end's going to hold stable. He's losing a few spots. I think he's overcooked his rear end coming through all that dirt. They're coming through this awkward looking, too wide, through this awkward looking pimple chicane, which we hate. But look at the way they come through. That's done a cracking bit of work there. Rayner is being swamped again. Is he going to slow down through there or something? I'm not sure what's going on. He's lost about 10 spots.
Yeah, he's serving his penalty now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. He was having a cracking race out there. Oh, God. Sean Doyle up 21 places. So cracking bit of work up there. There's a few boys, actually 25 places on my thing. Brent Wassel up 21 at the moment. So great bit of work. Gowans, I'll take the second camera to Gowans up there, because we've been focusing on the top spot. Let's see how Mr. Gowans is doing out there with Callum Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson is having a bit of a picnic. He's behind Ridley and Lavery. Ridley has made his way past Lavery while we're watching that action in the lower extremities of the race. And there's Gowans on his own at the 9-minute mark at the moment, and he is in cruise control mode. He is I think he's 3 seconds up the road, nearly 5 seconds up the road. Davey Gallo is behind him, so Gallo has got himself up the pointy, and he's on a bit of cruise control as well. Cruise control. I'm starting to sound like Max Headroom, whoever knows him. Then you've got Ridley and Lavery for the final few spots. They're the closest two, battling for the last spot at the moment. So I'll take that second screen there, and Hodgkinson waiting for the scraps coming through. 2, 3, 4.
Ouch.
Yep.
Insult to injury.
Yep. Is that, I'm assuming that's Rayner?
It is.
Yeah, we thought as much as he was serving a slowdown and come across, because he shot across when he was battling with Cook. He lost it and went across and cut a corner on the first part of the chicane, so that would have given him the slowdown. But rule is that if you are serving a slowdown, you need to get off the race line, let the cars around you get around you. Battle's going left and right. Thomas Sonny Cena. Let's have a quick look. Elliot D is the lead Pro-Am at the moment, so he's doing a crack job. Sonny Cena and Donnelly are fighting for the final positions of the Pro-Ams. In the Ams, it looks like Mr. Snow is leading them out at the moment in 22nd place, so great bit of work there by Mr. Snow.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good run for Snow tonight. Which is surprising because Snow usually doesn't do well in Atlanta.
Not at all.
He's too hot for it. Yeah.
I knew where you were heading with that one, mate. You nailed that one very early.
Darn it. He's on to me. It only took a year.
Yeah, I had it in the post, mate. It was, I think, a notification that I got tracking before it even left your place.
Well, you're better than FedEx on that one.
Sop says that Cena is a pro now, so Thomas Sonny Cena, we'll have to change him to a pro at some point. Thank you, Chops. I'm not sure if the admins sent the updated list to Cobes downstairs, but look at this. Elliot D, pressure there. Wassel getting right up behind him at the moment. Pretty tight battle coming through. It's amazing how well these guys, they got used to the track now. It's taken them, I don't know how many laps, but they're starting to get used to it. It's starting to drive a little bit smarter and watch as it's coming through. Daniel Byrne and Josh King are biting for it. Daniel Byrne on the bottom screen is trying to have a go at Joshy King, trying to inside line, but on the top screen, Wassel is taking it on Elliot D. He's done the outside line. He's got to bring the car around. That's the hard bit. Taking that inside line there exposes you to this hairpin, to this chicane, and it makes you go out wide when you take that line out there to try to make the pass. And he almost got exposed there, Daniel Byrne, so he was lucky through there. Not Daniel Byrne,
Yeah,
Brett Wassel, sorry.
Yeah, that was on the verge of disaster. Thankfully, it was not that hard a contact. Otherwise, Brent was going around. You saw I actually kind of checked up Cena behind them, and he almost lost the spot to Donnelly because of it.
Yeah. Battle packs are going crazy. I really don't know where to look. You can see it at the moment. We've got the boys in the. You got Ray Oliver there with Cookie at the moment. You've got James Doyle in the middle of a pack where he's a lot faster than him trying to get around. Ray Oliver getting around Newens at the moment on the inside line. I hate to be a slow driver on this track and trying to give way to these guys. It makes life so hard because there's not that much you can do apart from spots here where you can lift off and tuck out of the way. This straight and the other straight, you're pretty much screwed. Oh, Donnelly is really having a tough time passing. Doyle is having a tough time passing Donnelly at the moment in the bottom screen coming through that chicane, which is the tail end of this battle you're seeing in the top screen. We've sort of got them snaking in underneath each other. The boys have got this whole... another one's gone in. Newens looks like he's gone in for his incident points as well. That'll be a big talking point tonight. A lot of incident points going out here because of the way the chicanes are made.
Oh wow, the Kyles have caught up to Gallo.
Yeah. They have caught up to the Gallows a lot. Both me and Kobe downstairs have worked that out very quickly, and we've got it on the bottom screen and top screen, so you get the views of the battle coming through from the tail end of Gallo. Gallo is he is 6 seconds off the back of Gowans at the moment, so there's a bit of a gap. But this is he's going to send it. Ridley's thinking about it. Ridley's thinking about it big time. Lavery's thinking about watching to see what happens. because this is a tricky part of the track that needs to... Oh, Gallo just touched the grass in there. He would have lost a little bit of traction on the exit, and he has. Looks like Ridley just got up beside it, but not enough to make a bit of an impact. But maybe he's going to get close enough to impact him coming up the hill as they come through. Their side-by-side, not side-by-side, bump to tail to front. Coming through, Ridley is getting really close. Lavery's watching. He's tucked in on the inside a little bit. Took the outside line. So he goes here. He's got a beautiful run on. Oh, Gallo had a more of a cute line. Oh, Gallo had to let it go then because otherwise he wasn't going to give him enough space. So he had to yield. He put enough pressure on that he could, enough that it made Lavery just touch the grass and gave us a scary moment. But I should say Ridley touched the grass on a track which was made by selling grass. Talk not what about that? But we got Wassel on the top screen fighting it out at the moment and got a lot of pressure. He is the bottleneck with all these guys behind him. There's a lot of drivers chasing him through. Here we go. You got the battle is not finished with the top three boys fighting for the final spots because Gallo is putting pressure on Ridley now, but Lavery has got a bit of a sniff here as well. Elliot D has got Thomas Sunny Cena trying to have an inside line on him. That's the fight for the Pro-Ams at the moment, but it's not a fight for the Pro-Ams because Sunny Cena is a pro. So Elliot D is fighting with the guy behind him, which is... Who the hell is that behind Elliot D? Max Donnelly, that's it. He is fighting for the Pro-Am spots at the moment, so those boys are having a bit of a run. We've got 2 minutes left. Wow, 2 minutes left, and where's Dougie Gowans on the bottom screen? He is gone. He is already at the bottom end of the big chicanes coming down the hill, working his way around the back, and Cole Ridley is just coming around there. He's about a corner and a half ahead. Dougie Gowans in no man's land having a bit of fun.
Way wide.
Doyle took a really exaggerated turn through there, big time.
I am willing to bet that was very much unintended.
Yeah, it did look like it. Wow, what a race tonight, man.
Yeah, this has been wild.
Yep. The question is, how many incident points has Gowans got now? He's probably been on his own cruise control. There is the flag. That's it, ladies and gents. That's a white flag? That looked like a checkered flag he was holding then. But that's the white flag coming through. We can see Dougie Gowans coming through there. The bottom screen, you've got the final few positions being battled at the moment. I've got Ridley and Gallo and Lavery coming through for the final few spots. At the moment, they're probably just sitting there on limit, on the edge of how many off-track points they've got, and they're trying to get across and get across safely. But Dougie Gowans dispatched one of my boys then, trying to get through as a blue flag. And ladies and gentlemen, here he is coming through the back straight at the moment. The OG back to the pointy end. He's at a rough trot, but bottom screen, Gallo is putting pressure on. He is right up the backside. He's got a bit of overlap. He's got about 2 quarter panels coming through into the final. Big corner down the final straight. Coming to have a look at the bottom screen. He's got to take the move done. He's got the inside line on Ridley. He's got it done on Ridley. Beautiful bit of work there by Gallows. Timed it to perfection. As ladies and gentlemen, we can see them coming into the chicane. And there's Dougie Gowans coming down. We'll get the top 3 coming through as Gowans comes through as well, ladies and gentlemen. The OG guys coming through down the straight. Ridley's going for it side by side. He's got the spot back as well. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go across the line. We've got Dougie Gowans taking the feature race for the Warren and Brown Toyota GR86 Nationals. Into third rows, contact coming through. We've got Gallo, Ridley coming contact through. It looks like that Gallo's got it done. Ridley coming second, and Lavery coming home in fourth. Wow, what a finish that was between those boys. That contact was very close if you were watching the top screen. These boys barely made it across the line. We'll have to see later on a bit of a slowdown of that because that was crazy. Elliot D's flashing his lights because he is the Pro-Am winner, I believe. Or is it Thomas Sunny Cena? Or is Cena a pro now too? I don't know anymore. My brain has faded and left the building. Who got it for the AMs, ladies and gents? Let's have a look as Dougie Gowans does his victory lap. Let's spread that ladder straight out. We have got Thomas Sunny Cena. Oh, it's There it is, ladies and gents. Doug Gowans, Kyle Ridley, Davey Gallo took the tops in the Pro-Ams. It looks like it's Thomas Sunny-Sina, Elliot D and Max Donnelly. But I'm pretty sure that Thomas Sunny-Sina, we heard Chop said, was a pro now. So that's not correct. That would be Elliot D taking Elliot D and Max Donnelly and Joshua King. Joshua King getting third place for the Pro-Ams. Very well done. Mark Snow, Greg Johnson and David Bowen for the AMs. Woo! What a race tonight was, man.
No kidding. That was nuts. So,
that was, as Barb's just said, the commitment to clean racing tonight was exceptional. Drivers pulled out when they needed to. And just did a cracking bit of work.
it's such a bittersweet feeling when such a rubbish layout puts on such a fantastic race.
Okay. I'm just getting rid of the race control in my ears. They're talking about rules and helping someone out with a decision on a bump and run. But Dougie Gowans there is tearing it up, mate. And look at him go. Ridley was coming across the line in second, Gallo third, and Lavery in fourth. That was a great little finish across the line. Can we see that before iRacing takes it away from us, mate? Because that finish across the line between those three nearly got really messy, and it nearly benefited Kyle Lavery then, because they nearly took each other out. That was cracking bit of work. Yes, epic racing tonight for a format we didn't like. Here is the replay, ladies and gents, coming across the line. This is coming to the top of the hill. You've got Ridley coming out behind Gallo. Let's just switch it to the car in front. And there he is. He's got the inside line coming through under the bridge. Beautiful line. Finally, the tree's not in the way. Got inside right underneath. Little bit of push and shove against each other to make sure they get a bit of love. Did not. Oh, I tell you what. Ridley gave him a lot of push and shove. Look at Lavery. Lavery's like, where's this going? What's going to happen? Oh, my goodness. That nearly ended up sour, but it finished in a cracking way. That was well done. And fair racing in the end. They pushed each other to, you know what? They was to the letter of the law, that was. And left enough room. I think the one of the pushes there was a little bit no, all the tracks are the issue. There you go. Yeah, it looks like it was on the edge of what's legal, what's not legal between that push and shove coming through there. But Gallo was very lucky he didn't rotate when he hit the sand then.
Yeah, that could have gone 1,000 times worse, and I'm surprised it didn't. Thankfully, Netcode did not rear its ugly head and ruin what was an absolutely amazing battle all the way to the line, and then some.
And then some, correct. Well, it was a great bit of work out there. Mr. Watson, tell us about what the drivers are seeing at the moment. They're seeing a 10% discount. Discount for some racing.
You know what? I got nothing to add on that. I don't think I can add better. Yep, just pack it up, boys.
Goodness me, my I think it's been a long night, and yeah, I need to be off of Betty Boys right now. But what? Anyway, that's a discount code right there. That's Watson Spin 39, 10% off at the checkout. If you go to twrsetups.com.au, not au, because it's not a local site. Obviously, it's a worldwide site. That's why it's got www. You can get a discount off setups, round world setups, and he's also doing GT3s at the moment as well. So I'm sure Mr. Watson will look after you down there. And excuse my faux pas on the mic. But all righty, let's see who we got in the room. Laura reckons I should put my teeth back in. I'll tell you what, I nearly spat them out. I'll tell you what, if I had falsies, they would have landed up on the table. All right, who we got first? We've got the Snowy. I think Snowy is the AM. Then we've got Elliot D as the Pro-Am, and then we're missing we're missing Gallo by the look of it for the final spot at the moment. So let's see how that goes. All right, let's have a look. All right, we'll grab him in. Ladies and gents, the AM winner tonight, Mr. Snowy himself. How you doing, buddy? Mark Snow from the SLM Academy. Dude, what a run out. What did you think of that track?
I'm so glad I put some practice in this afternoon.
It's tricky, wasn't it? Have you driven much of Road America in the normal layout?
In the normal layout, yeah, in the Porsche Cup and like GT3, but I've never done that one. So when I got into do some practice, I was like, yeah, I know this layout. I'll come over the S's, and I'm like, oh, actually, no, this is totally different.
It's the muscle memory, isn't it? It's like you just don't expect. We've seen a few people getting caught out trying to get out wide and back into that false chicane at the top of the hill, and that seemed to be the biggest pinch point and problem point for the night.
Yeah, I feel like if you've done too many laps of the old layout, you must have caught some people out with just the muscle memory, like, oh, I got to go right, and then it's like, oh no, it's straight.
Yes. But how did you enjoy the new layout?
With those cars, I actually think it was quite good, because if you did the longer layouts, it would probably just take too long. Field spread would be too much. Whereas this, it was difficult to pass, so it kind of backed everyone up, and it became down to like how you could set people up.
So we had to use our brains tonight.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everyone did, but I mean, some better than others. Like, look at the guys at the front. I was glad we got a safety car there. I got damaged and was down in 31st, so it was just became a matter of. I thought it was going to be a long race actually, but that turned out to be quite fun because of that safety car.
Excellent. Well, I brought it back in. We used to, in the old days, in the first exception of what we call SRW, we used to have random safety cars in boring races. So race control would call a safety car just randomly and to back the field up to get some racing going. But I'll tell you what, that was not artificial tonight. That was crazy. That was a lot of fun out there. Well, mate, you did a cracking job out there and a lot of fun. SLM Academy are looking after you. Who supports your racing and gets you on track, brother?
So Cam, one of the managers for the 86 series with SRW, he communicates with me a lot. Then I would say Doug and Kyle. Dougie tends to give me setups when I need them, but the boys said the one that we had for Long Beach would be perfect, so I just chucked in Long Beach as one, and yeah, it worked.
Gave you the Long Beach so he didn't have to give you his setup.
I thought it feel like there was some tweaking done, but they're just like, yeah, just use that one. So twice. But I've never actually got a podium and been in the broadcast, so this is the first time, so hopefully more to come.
Definitely more to come, mate. You're in a good academy. They do a lot of work with your boys out there. It's good to see. The only thing that's disheartening is that he's just taking all the good drivers, Mr. Keithy is, and not leaving anything for anyone else. So
I think it's more to do with just the culture there. It's just a bunch of guys having fun. Everyone helps each other. Like, we all probably have one or two people that you go to more regularly for help, but everyone helps, and it's just everyone has fun.
Excellent, mate. Well, it's good to hear. The team's doing really well, and it's good to see you guys out there racing. And congratulations on your podium today, mate, and keep the luck going, mate.
All right, thank you for that, mate. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Snow takes out first place for the AMS tonight with a cracking bit of work. Take care, Mr. Snow.
Thank you.
And we'll
Have a
see
good
you
night, guys.
There, mate.
Week.
All right, who we got next? We've got Elliot D, I believe, as the Pro-Am winner. Mr. D, I'm not sure we've spoken to Mr. Elliot D very often, as I failed to drag him in the room. Welcome to the room, Mr. Elliot D. How the hell was that, mate? Pear-shaped racing, top step for the Pro-Ams.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Was that a shock?
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought there was 2 or 3 guys up the road in front of me further, but I don't know what happened to them.
Well, they got promoted to Pro.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
That's what it was, and it put you in a position. Is this your first top step?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, in a league race, for sure.
I thought so. Team Pear-Shaped Racing, tell me, where the hell did you get that name from?
It was Davey, my teammate. I wanted him to join the league with me, so I asked him to, and then we were like, we've got to come up with a team name, and he just said that. And it works well because everyone says shit's going pear-shaped all the time, so...
Yeah, yep. And you guys are doing well. You're having a bit of fun out there. The cars, you guys were pretty casual when you first started, but getting some pace in the car, mate.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting more used to it. I started doing a different league and they mix the car up all the time. But because this one's consistent, I've just got used to it. So
Yeah, it makes it a
yeah,
little bit easier to drive.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and how are you liking the new 10% power?
Yeah, I love it. I think you can throw the car around a little bit more, and it's a little bit. It doesn't feel as sluggish.
Bit more racy.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Well, it's visible out there. I think it's taken a few rounds for the boys to get used to it and not end up running each other off the road. I think it's one of the cleanest races we've seen for a long time. But some amazing battles out there. It was crazy out there. What did you think of the layout and your experience out there tonight?
I hated the layout. I have a general rule that I'll never use the racing line in a league race, but I had to in the first one because I just couldn't get those first chicanes down pat.
Yep.
But then I turned it off for the second race and just held on. So
Oh, you mean the racing? So what he's talking about, ladies and gents, he's not driving the racing line, but he's using the racing line that iRacing gives you the ability to show you where the track is, where the brake points are, and stuff like that. Mate, I used to use that all the time because of the grid sizes, just so I wouldn't miss my brake markers.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with those first chicanes, like after turn one. If you're right up someone's butt, you can't see the chicane start. So yeah, so like I said, I left it on in the first race. Just gave everyone heaps of room coming up to that, and then for the second race, I turned it off and I was fine. So
yeah, excellent, mate, excellent. Well, you did some cracking work out there, mate. Does Team Pear Shape have any sponsors or people you want to shout out to?
No, it's just me and Davey. So just a shout out to Dave for joining me. It's been fun.
Excellent, mate. We'll continue having fun, mate. It's good to see you out there on track and getting a podium, mate. So crack a bit of work and good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. Thanks to you guys too.
Well done. Ladies and gents, Team Pear Shaped Racing, Elliot D takes out the Pro-Ams tonight. Well done, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right. Davey Gallo isn't there at the moment, so I'm not sure where he is. Maybe not happy with the decision that Daniel got. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just too busy and didn't want to talk to us. But we have got instead, we'll bring in Mr. Kyle Ridley, the SLM second driver across the line, because his teammate probably gave him a dodgy setup and kept the good one for himself and took it all the way to the edge. Kyle Ridley, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, it's been a while. How's it going?
Oh, mate, yeah, you've had some amazing racing battles out there, so it's been good to see, but you haven't had it all your own way, have you? We've had a lot of different winners this season so far.
Yeah, well, I usually win or place really well in the first race or the second race of the triples and then get annihilated in the finals. So it's a up and down type of season. But yeah, tonight was a successful one in terms of a win or a win and a P2. Mm-hmm. And I believe I got the fastest lap, so almost maximum points. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yes, very good out there, mate. How was the battle? You and Kyle Lavery seem to be hovering around each other again, like a few seasons ago, battling like crazy. So you're getting to know each other very well. But Gallo was in there tonight and spiced it up a bit more again.
Yeah, Gallo, he definitely fought that one to the end. I'll give him that. Having some conjecture on the race control if I ever left four wheels off track, which turns out I didn't due to the 90-degree cutoff with the access road we race it on. So, I always, I'll say this though, I'll race people how they wish to be raced. So, each time someone races me pretty hard, I'll remember that next time. Someone lets me by pretty easy, I remember that next time. So it's always...
Well, tell you what, you both drove it to the letter of the law, so it was good to see. It was very much to the edge of the tracks and giving space. The space given out there tonight was sensational. It was some of the best racing we've seen for a long time as far as respect and giving space and just not stupid stuff. It's like all that chatter about doing stupid things in the last few weeks, everyone just forgot about that and started doing really smart things. So it was good to see out there, man. It was some great racing. Some of the best I'd definitely say we've seen on a track which we thought was going to be absolute dog's breakfast.
I will say the track selection is definitely odd this season, and I didn't even know this configure existed, let alone could be raced on. So we made it work. I think the drivers realized it's a bit of a dog of a layout, so everyone practiced, everyone realized what it is. And then we also copper hiding from last week's fiasco. So, if we carry on like this, then we actually
that
look
was
presentable and look professional out there.
Well, not only that, but it just means if you race like this, you can race on any track and race like this and put on an amazing show. So it was definitely great to see out there, mate. Listen, Mr. Gallo's popped in the room, so we're going to have a chat to him after you. Who gets Mr. Kyle Ridley and the SLM Motorsports team mate on track?
Yeah, it's also we've got some sponsors for once today that I will remember. We have SLM Painting and Maintenance, so that's run by Mr. Keane, also driver, also team boss, also Mr. Official Car, safer car out there tonight. But I want to thank SLM Maintenance and Painting, and of course Super Speed. So we have a code. I've got to remember the code for next time I'm up here. If you put that in, we get a 10% kickback. But yeah, I want to thank those, and obviously SRW for hosting the race and the drivers for being out there.
Yeah, excellent work, mate. Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Second place tonight in the pros comes across the line, Mr. Kyle Ridley, after a beautiful battle there with Mr. Gallo and Kyle Avery. Congratulations, brother, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring him into the room. Mr. Davey Gallo, it's good to see the Carlings Motorsports team pining up the pointy end. Mr. JP would be waving his little flag and hat around, doing his little squealy girl voices, mate. Mr. Gallo, cracking race out there, mate. Your pace and Daniel's pace is back to what I remember, not only in this car, but you guys are picking up pace in the open wheels as well, mate. What's going on?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not so much practice in this than the SFL, but we had a pretty scrappy start of the season, but put a little bit of practice in, and yeah, we're sort of back on song to a degree, so, it's good.
You're back to the pace that I know the Carling boys can do. You know what I mean? The last few seasons, you can tell that real life has been busy and stuff like that, and you guys haven't been able to put the time in that you would do in the past seasons. But you can see it on track. You're a bit sharper, bit faster. You're getting those 3 or 4 tenths that you were losing in previous series. You're getting back now, so it's good to see you guys sinking. And god damn, you guys are so close in pace. Perfect teammates.
Yeah, we're pretty fairly matched. Most days, if I put a couple of practice laps in, Dan will match them, and we'll sort of our feedback's very similar to one another. So we're pretty close. In Garage 61, it's a bit scary sometimes.
Yes, it is, mate. And the little nudge on the back of your team, mate.
Yeah, that was a bit of mishap there. We obviously coming through the back marker there. We sort of checked up. I had I can't remember who it was on the inside of me there. So I thought, Daniel, I'll get sort of underneath you and push you along a little bit. But obviously coming into the braking zone, I just gave him that bit of a nudge and got underneath him, unfortunately. So this happened. I wasn't happy about that one, I got to say.
Pass a message on the Daniel for me. Do not readdress.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I actually copped that one on the chin. He didn't call it in, but Arthur got a hold of that one, and I think the penalty.
Oh no, he readdressed to, I think it was to Sean Doyle. He took
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And it's like, he was doing it, and I'm like, me and Mr. Watson are going, no, don't readdress it, man, don't wait. And he did, and he lost all that time readdressing it, and then he lost more time because he got the penalty for it, which really sucks because you guys are both real gentlemen drivers out there, which is good to see. What was going through your mind in the last few corners, man? Because that was getting really hairy. You boys were pushing each other to the legal limit as far as space was concerned, which was amazing for us as broadcasters.
Yeah, I sort of, I don't know whether I was in cruise control there, but Kyle started catching me towards the end, so I thought I'd better start using up my off tracks to a degree there. So obviously got back around me, and I sort of stuck with him, and thought I probably had 7 or 8 still up my sleeve. So it was close, hard racing there, and a couple of sort of questionable moves from both of us, I think, to a degree. But we kept it clean and door banged a bit as you do in these cars. So. A couple of questions, I suppose, of RC and after the race, but just keep Greg busy, I suppose. But but it was all good. It was
excellent. Well, you know what? It was great to watch. It was great to watch, and it was, like I said during the broadcast, it was to the letter of the law. It was right down to the final lines of it all between the both of you. What were your thoughts on that hit, that fake chicane at the top of the hill just before the bridge? That seemed like a pinch point there where people were like trying to get different lines in, and braking points were a bit weird coming out of it and in it.
I've got to say, when I saw Road Atlanta, I was looking forward to it. I didn't realise there was this layout, so wasn't a fan of that last section coming up over the bridge and through that last sort of S section, whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Formula wheel, sort of correcting it both ways, and it's pretty tricky.
Yes.
It wasn't suited for the car, probably maybe for a go-kart, but yeah, bit tricky, very slow.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people bog it down coming out of there and creating a bit of a concertina effect if there was more than one car through there. So it was a tough corner to get right, but it was a lot better in the second race, mate. But let's get you out of the room, Mr. Davey Gallo, who supports the Carling Motorsports team, mate, and gets you on track.
Yeah, shout out Carl's Motorsport, Driver 808, which is Daniel on YouTube and TikTok. Little Rara, Eagles Automotive, and another apology to Dan for taking him out. So,
who's Little Rara?
Little Rara is a wine company, a Victorian wine company. Yeah.
All right, because you always hear you say Little Rara, and I kept on thinking it was just a Twitch handle or something like that. So Little Rara is a wine company.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, excellent. So if you go out there and see it on the shelf, tell them that Dave Gallo recommended it, mate. Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Third place tonight for the pros on an amazing race tonight and some amazing form. The Carling Motorsports driver, Davey Gallo.
Cheers,
Take care, brother, and good luck for the rest of the season, mate.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's bring him in. The OG himself, he had it all his own way. He was pretty much having a cup of tea. I think it was an Earl Grey as he was coming around those corners. He backed it off for the last few laps just so he wasn't lonely crossing the line because his teammate was behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doug Gowans.
Hey, guys, how are you? No, I don't drink tea. I drink coffee, and I'll have a caramel latte. Thank you.
Oh, a caramel latte. Would you like that with almond milk or with skinny?
Oh, stuff that full cream, bud.
Full cream.
Absolutely. How are we tonight?
Mate, what a cracking race. You you just left it after the restart. That was all over Red Rover. You blindsided Callum Hodgkinson big time, man.
Nature of the circuit there, once they call pace car in pit lane, you can go, and I knew exactly where I was going to go because everyone would be caught up trying to get through the S's there. Well, I'm at the head, so bugger this, I'm gone.
Yep, and you did a cracking job. You left him for dead. You pulled out, I think it was 1.5 seconds by this big major corner, the second corner. So it was a cracking bit of run. It put him under the pump big time, and they couldn't catch him because they were battling like crazy behind you.
That's right. Look, I didn't have the pace here tonight, in regards to Kyle, and James as well. So I had to take advantage of any situation I was in, and I was lucky to be up near the front for the start of race 2, and took advantage of that restart and built a nice little buffer between me and the fast guys.
Well, you are one of the fast guys, mate. Don't sell yourself short.
Not tonight. I have to say that my wrists are extremely sore after trying to turn all those bloody corners and that, and not a circuit. Not a circuit I'd typically race at, but hey, there you go.
Well, it was different. It was different. Yes, it was different. Definitely. It was. I think just the rest of the track, I was fine with. It's just that fake chicane before the bridge. I think I mentioned it every driver so far. I'm ranting now. It was just a tough one to get the pace through.
Yeah, you can't. It's just follow the leader, take your time. The off tracks here tonight were just insanely tight. Seriously, if you put 1 inch of rubber on the grass at some of those corners, that's it, off track. So you had to be really, really careful with that. But that layout is the club motorcycle circuit. So, that's why they had that there. A tough race tonight, I thought.
Tough race, but you know what? When you watch it back, some of the best racing we've had this season, tough, but very, very fair right across the field. It was a lot of space given everywhere. I think the boys got their wrists slapped by admin and RC last week in the chat after the race, and it looks like everyone came back with a slightly different attitude to racing.
I think people recognise tonight with the nature of the circuit that this move really is not on. So I'm not going to do it, you know. So I'm going to pull out of it. I'm going to wait for the straight, you know. And yeah, I was just talking to Greg about it before, you know. Yeah, we're at Detroit next week, so I'll put $100, you know, on that it's back to normal next week, and you know. But yeah, tonight's circuit and the layout, yeah, I mean, it really made people think and pull back.
Yeah, I'm thinking now that that maybe the off track penalties should maybe be decreased, because it looked like people's awareness of that was in the second race was a lot higher, and driving improved a little bit on it too.
Look, the trouble with that though is in race one, I almost X'd out because I got, you know, had that incident in the first corner, lap one.
I know.
You know, I mean, and bang,
You
there's
could lose five points in a matter of a corner.
Exactly right, you know, and then so it really limits to how hard you can race after that and how much you can push, you know. So it's a 50-50 call, I guess, you know. It might help clean up the racing a bit, but, you know, it's also going to penalise those who are the innocent party.
Yeah, that's the hard bit about it all. We don't have enough control. iRacing doesn't give us nowhere near enough control to.
No, that's right.
As a league admin, to do what we want to do with our standards. It's either iRacing's way or our way, and it's a tough way to do it. And either way, you've always got a loser out there. But you know, it is what it is. But Mr. Gowans, first podium for the season, top step. In the feature, I think. Yeah, in the feature. I think it's your first one.
Oh, yeah. I won 2 out of 3 last week.
Yes. You didn't win the.
I didn't win the feature.
Yes, this is the first feature for the week, for the season. But some cracking bit of pace on you, mate. So good work. Who gets Mr. Gowans out on track, mate, and supports the SLM motorsports team?
I'd love to say good day to and thanks to all the SLM boys out there. You know, we had another great night tonight. You know, Kyle P1, P2, Mark got a P1, you know, me with a P1. So there's the domination, Steve. Yeah, I'll just rub that in a little bit. Obviously, I'd like to thank you guys, James and yourself, and Kobe for tonight. RC and you know, our sponsors are SLM Painting and Maintenance down there in Victoria, Melbourne, and also Sudspeed.
Excellent, mate. Well, crack a bit of work, mate. Good luck for the rest of the season. We're at round 4, so we've got 5 left. Mate, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Douglas Gowans taking out the top step for the feature race tonight for the SLM Motorsports team. Congratulations, brother, and good luck for the rest of the run down.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll catch up with you later. See yous.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
All right, we've got Barbs in there waiting. Maybe he wants to have a chat to us, Mr. Watson. What do you reckon? I'll drag him in. Barbs, are you waiting to have a chat with us?
Oh, just after you finished, mate.
Oh, it's after finish. What was it like for RC down there tonight, mate? No.
Sorry.
Oh,
all right, then keep your secrets.
No,
sorry, I'm not on mute.
Oh, you're not on mute.
No.
What was it like downstairs for you boys? Busy night?
Oh, 1,000 times better than last week, mate.
Yes, we thought as much. The racing was amazing from broadcast perspective.
It was. It was really good and enjoyable to watch. Just on Dougie's comment there at the end about the turn 1 incident costing him a 4X. Race controller judged that Doug was 33% at fault for that incident. Just want to put it out there. So
33%.
Yeah, there were 3 cars involved.
Yeah. Oh, so there was 3 cars involved. So he was okay. I get you.
They all shared it.
Well, they all shared it. All right, yeah, good one. All right, we'll have a bit of a chat. I'll have a chat with Barbs afterwards. Thank you for downstairs, mate. Cracking bit of work out there. Mr. Watson, anything you want to add to my flapping gums?
No, I really think you nailed all of it, except for how you're looking forward to for next week's race.
I think it's going to be a cracker, mate. Hopefully the boys can continue this form that they've got out there, and I think it's going to be either way, it's going to be entertaining for us. It really depends on how much of a headache it gives the RC team more than anything, and the admin team. But I think it's going to be an absolute terror. I think it's still scheduled as a super sprint.
Yep.
Looks at that, but I will be having a conversation about that with the admins. So keep your driver out there, keep your ears open, and if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, keep your ears open as well, because we might have a a bit of a discussion about changing that to a 30-30 because I think it'll be a little bit better, or a 20-40 even. But we'll have that chat with admins and see what we can do, because I don't believe that a super sprint at that track is going to be conducive to quality driving. Just to put it mildly. But anyway, ladies and gents, if you're out there and you are into your flight simulator world, please reach out to Barbs, who's in the room now, and do some Barbs, why don't you chat about it, because I always tell people about it. You do basically 3D rendering for the flight simulator world. What entitles to that? What sort of stuff do you do? What sort of things have you done?
Well, it's not something we do on request. Basically, Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator is a platform, and people develop scenery for it, different airports, things like that. And Shunt Scenery has 2 products on the market. That's Sunshine Coast Airport and Caloundra Airport. I think Sunny Coast is about $25. Caloundra is about $7 or $8. And you can get that from your usual outlets, and even from within the simulator itself.
Cool. So what people do if they're Queenslanders and they want to land and practice landing in a plane in those airports, they purchase them as an add-on, and then they can practice their landing and all that shebang.
Yeah, I mean the simulator does have a default version of those locations, but they're just a bit more high fidelity and a bit more realistic when someone else does them.
Excellent work there. Well, there you go. That's what Shunt Scenery is all about. So reach out to them. If you're into your Gen 3 and Gen 2 V8 supercars, reach out to Phoenix Driver Development, Laz and Rian. Also do training one-on-one and team training. So reach out to them about that, depending on whether you're a team or a single person. Get their setups for the Gen 2 and Gen 3. They follow the officials, so anything that's out there at the moment they will have. Also, the boys down at Grim Industries, they've just moved premises not too long ago and doing some amazing works. If you're into something special for your man cave, your boardroom or whatever, reach out to Andrew Grimm. He's an amazing artist that does some spectacular things. A lot of stuff that I've seen in the last few weeks is Ferrari engines and some Aston Martin sort of things as well. So get out there and support the people that support us. And last but not least, Warren and Brown Tools. If you're out and you need some tools that are specialised, that are amazing quality, Australian-made products as well, reach out to them and look out for their new promotion, which will be involving us in the coming weeks as well. Apart from that, join us not on Sunday night, because we do not have the GT3s this weekend. It's the buy round. They are on the 1st and 3rd Sunday of the month. Come out and have a chat with us tomorrow on Tuesday night for the V8 supercars. And Mr. Watson and Mr. Kobe will be down there with me. Mr. Watson, thank you very much, mate. Enjoy Indianapolis, brother.
Yes, sir. I will. Appreciate it.
He's going to be down there watching it live at Indianapolis. For how many days are you down there for, mate?
I am leaving in about 4 hours and will be there all the way through Monday afternoon.
Excellent work, man. I'm sure we'll have some amazing stories Tuesday night when you're back. Lastly, like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any of the action that we have. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for the community supporting us, and thank you for supporting the drivers out there as well. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday night on the same Bat channel. Thank you very much.